So I'm going to take you through some foot and calf mobility and strengthening exercises. This is going to be an exercise set that's going to be really good for people who have chronically tight calves, either wake up with calf pain or go to bed with calf pain, spend a lot of time on their feet, or just when they're doing movements, picking things up, or moving throughout the day, they just feel like a little bit of crankiness behind their knee into their ankle. This is going to be a great option to kind of address both the foot and the knee function and kind of get yourself feeling a little bit better. So what you're going to do to start is you're going to take a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball. You're going to put it underneath your foot, and you're kind of going to just roll it back and forth right through that plantar fascia. Just give the foot a little bit of love as we go through this. Okay, so right across kind of the middle of the foot. So this can be great to just kind of get a little bit of stretch, a little bit of self-massage into the foot. Okay, the foot is the first point of contact with the floor, so we want to make sure it's feeling good and healthy, and it's going to have a big impact on your ankles and all the way up the chain. So you're looking for probably 10 passes on each foot to start. After that, you're going to take the foam roller, if you have one. You're going to put it just above your Achilles tendon where we get into the muscle belly. You're going to cross your other foot over. And what you're going to do is just kind of roll your foot from side to side. Okay, kind of pushing some pressure down into it, and then just giving it a little bit of massage. Then you're going to roll your foot away and just kind of work all the way up that muscle belly of your calf. Okay, up into just above the knee joint, so right in that really meaty part of the calf. And just kind of roll it from side to side. Same thing, switch the other side. Just kind of work your way up and down your calf a couple times. Just to really kind of get that mobilization, get that tissue kind of loose at the end of the day. This is a great option to get those calves feeling nice and relaxed. So, once you go through that one, the next thing you're going to do is going to be some foot or some ankle rotations. So you're going to go underneath your hamstring, lift your leg up so your foot is up in the air. What you're going to do is you're going to keep your shin nice and still. Think about spreading your toes apart, and then you're going to draw circles with your big toe. So trying to move all the way through a range of motion without moving the shin. Thinking about trying to draw as big of a circle as you can with your big toe, keeping your toes spread apart. You can go about 5 times one way and 5 times the other way. So again, just trying to mobilize through the ankle joint, bring some movement through the full range of motion. Like I said, about 5 times on each side. Switch to the other foot. Circle it all the way around, 5 times each direction. So the next one, we're going to look at addressing just the pelvis a little bit, because that's going to play a big factor in what happens all the way down the chain. If the pelvis is moving well and it's relaxed, everything else is going to help move into place. So we're going to do a breathing drill where you're going to lie down on the ground, face up. You're going to bring your feet so you're not quite at 90, you're going to be in just a little bit. Pelvis is going to be relaxed, head is relaxed. What you're going to do is think about bringing pressure to the inside edges of your planted feet without just collapsing the knees in. So we're going to plant the feet, find that pressure. We feel a little bit of a pelvic tuck when we find that in pressure. And then all you're going to do is just lay here and relax. Okay, so we keep the foot contact, take a big inhale through the nose. Feel the abdominals filling up. And then exhale out through your mouth. A full and complete exhale. That's important. We want to get an inhale and then a full and complete exhale. You can go for about 5 or 6 breath cycles, and it is important that when you're doing that, you make sure you stay relaxed. When we're doing these breathing and mobility drills, we have to stay relaxed. You have to stay breathing. If you're holding a bunch of tension, your body's not going to be signal that it's safe to relax. When we're doing these breathing drills, what we're trying to do is relax your nervous system, get things to calm down, down-regulate. So if we're really forcing the exhale and forcing the inhale, we're not going to get that same relaxation stimulus. So you got to make sure we're breathing and staying relaxed. So that's the mobilization part of the ankle and foot health. You could probably go through one for each of those exercises. Now we're going to get up, we're going to get into the movement part. So the first exercise we're going to do is going to be a supported single leg stand. So you're going to have your hand on the wall. Find the foot pressure through the inside edge, thinking about the knuckle of the big toe and the big toe anchoring down. Like we talked about with the hip or the ankle rotations, we want to think about our toes being spread apart so we can get a really good solid foundation. You go hand on the wall. You're going to lift up on one leg, and what you're going to do is you're just going to squat down, thinking about keeping your knee over top of your second toe. And you're going to find that pressure through your foot, and all you're going to do is just a very slight calf raise. Very slight. Okay, so just enough so you can slide a credit card or piece of paper underneath your heel, and you're going to hold it, stay long through the upper body, and keep breathing. Okay, thinking about bringing the pressure again onto the inside edge of that foot, and as we sink down, we don't want to open up our hips. Okay, we want to keep them square. That's why you want your hand on that wall for as much support as possible. You're going to hold for probably about 25-30 seconds each side to start. Switch and do the other thing. We're here, inside foot contact, long through the spine. Make sure we stay breathing and relaxed. So after that, you should feel really good contact with the floor. You should feel your feet being active through the arch and through that kind of inside front part of your foot. So right after that, we're going to go into ankle rockers. So now we're going to kind of put a little bit of dynamic movement into it. So you're going to plant your feet hip width apart. Thinking about keeping the weight a little bit more on the inside edge, specifically onto the big toe and through the arches. And what you're going to do is you're going to rock yourself forward, up onto your toes, and then you're going to rock back. Toes, rock back. So you're doing a calf raise at this part, rock back into a toe lift. But again, something I see a lot of people wanting to do is coming up and rotating out onto the edges of your feet. I want you to rotate or lift right through your big toe. So come up, rock back. We're up, rock back. My upper body is staying nice and relaxed, nice and still. Probably going to do this about 10 times. And that's good there. So again, just bringing the full foot, rolling through almost like you were doing like a step through a walk. So again, we're working on the feet activation, we're working on the ankle activation. Now we're going to put it into the knees and the hips. So you're going to do a supported split squat, but we're going to do a little bit more focus on driving the knee forward and coming out into the full range of motion to really lengthen and contract that calf. So again, we're going to go supported on a wall, split stance with 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Again, finding that inside foot pressure on that front leg. What we're going to do, extend your leg all the way to start. And then what you're going to do, keeping that good foot contact, is we're going to squat down into a split squat, focusing on driving your knee forward, but keeping this contact, push into the ground, and you're actually going to shift back a little bit to get that full leg extension. Hands on the wall, chest tall, down, and back up. Pushing that knee forward, pushing into the floor to come back up. So we're really working kind of the end ranges of both the knee and the ankle to make sure that the calf is going through the full range of motion. You're probably going to do about 6 each side of that, switch to the other side. So with this activation and this movement, probably go through those exercises for 2 sets and then see how you feel at the end of that. So again, we're going to mobilize, get the feet and the calves kind of loosened up, do some breathing to address the pelvis, and then we're going to bring it into movement, because if we want to make these changes stick, we got to bring some activation and some movement into the drills. Give it a try. Let me know what you think.